Guyana in the Caribbean, a beautiful mosaic of people who came from the furthest corners of the earth. Their history and culture is a wondrous fabric woven from pirates and rum, slavery and rebellions, swashbuckling adventures, and exciting West Indian vacations. A truly fascinating story. Join us for all this and more on the Aaron Darcy Project.
The Rupununi Rodeo. Cattle ranching in Guyana. Do you know that there is an annual rodeo event in Guyana that happens over the Easter weekend? And did you also know that there are ranches, cowboys, and wide-open ranges filled with grazing cattle? Well, there certainly is. The Rupununi savanna is a vast expanse of grassland located in the southwestern corner of Guyana, sharing borders with both Venezuela and Brazil. This remote and rugged region, a world away from the bustling coast, is synonymous with cattle ranching, a legacy forged by a diverse cast of pioneers who braved the wilderness and shaped a distinctive way of life. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Hi there and welcome to another episode of the Aaron Darcy Project. Here is where we talk about some of the people, places, and events that make up the exciting history and culture of Guyana and the wider Caribbean region. I am your host Ryan, and today we look at the rodeo in Guyana and the very interesting history of cattle ranching in that country. The Rupununi savanna is a vast expanse of grassland located in the southwestern corner of Guyana, sharing borders with both Venezuela and Brazil, with the town of Lethem as its center. This remote and rugged region is far away from the capital, Georgetown, and the people here live a distinctly different lifestyle. And yes, there is cattle ranching, fishing, hunting, and of course, the annual rodeo. The story of cattle ranching in the Rupununi begins centuries ago, long before the arrival of European settlers. However, the modern era of cattle ranching in the region can be traced back to the 19th century, a period marked by the arrival of Jesuit missionaries and ambitious entrepreneurs. In the early days of the 19th century, the Jesuits, driven by a desire to spread Christianity, established a presence in Guyana's interior. These missionaries played a pivotal role in introducing cattle ranching to the Rupununi. The Jesuits recognized the region's potential for livestock and established missions such as St. Ignatius, which became centers of religious and agricultural activity, including cattle rearing. These early ventures laid the foundation for the industry, introducing new breeds of cattle and establishing basic ranching practices. Inspired by the work of the Jesuits, some European settlers came to the area, drawn by the allure of vast, unclaimed land and the promise of a cattle-based economy. Among the most influential of these pioneers was John Melville, a Scotsman who eventually established Dada Nawa Ranch, which became one of the largest and most successful ranches in the region. Melville laid the groundwork for the unique vaquero culture that would come to define the Rupununi. His son, HPC Melville, continued his legacy, further developing ranching techniques and solidifying Dada Nawa's position as a cornerstone of the industry. As the years went by, other prominent families, such as the De Freitas and the Arellas, came to the Rupununi and played crucial roles in developing cattle ranching here. They established their own ranches, contributing to the growth of the industry and helped shape the regional landscape. But while these European and mixed-race individuals are often celebrated as pioneers, there were also valuable contributions made by members of indigenous communities. Some of these local families became deeply involved in cattle ranching, integrating it into their traditional livelihoods, forever becoming a major part of the industry's history. The vast open pastures of the Rupununi presented unique challenges and opportunities for ranchers. The traditional vaquero lifestyle, deeply rooted in the Spanish cowboy tradition, evolved in response to the unique demands of the Rupununi savanna. Back in those early days, the cowboys lived a nomadic existence, spending months on the trail, enduring harsh conditions, and forging a deep connection with the land and its inhabitants. The vaqueros, often of mixed indigenous and European descent, developed exceptional skills in horsemanship, navigating the challenging terrain, and understanding cattle behavior. This unique blend of skills and traditions was passed down through generations to become an integral part of the Rupununi's cultural heritage. In modern times, these skills are on display at the annual rodeo, which usually occurs over the Easter weekend, and there are quite a few operators that offer exciting tours that cover this event. Life for the vaqueros of the Rupununi revolved around the annual roundup, a spectacular display of horsemanship and teamwork. This is where cattle were gathered from across the vast expanse for branding, vaccination, and selection for market. After all the hard work, the rodeo was a spectacular celebration. Today, the Rupununi Rodeo is not just a sporting event, it's a celebration of the region's unique culture, history, and the spirit of the cowboy life. An important but indelible part of the Rupununi's history that is all but forgotten is the attempted insurrection that occurred in the dawn of 1969. On January 2, 1969, a group of ranchers engineered a rebellion against the government of the newly independent Guyana. They had been informed by agents of this new government that their land titles would be made void and that developers would soon be taking control of most of the land. Fearful of losing their hard-earned properties, the ranchers rebelled. With training and arms provided by the then government of Venezuela, a group of ranchers attempted to seize control of the territory of Rupununi with the intention of declaring it a separate state. These ranchers had apparently been given the assurance that they would receive official recognition by the Venezuelan government. The rebellion was, however, swiftly put down by the armed forces of Guyana, and the ranchers involved got away and were given refuge in Venezuela. While the legacy of the pioneers continues to shape the Rupununi, the cattle industry faces a complex set of challenges in the 21st century. Market access remains a significant hurdle. The vast distances and challenging terrain make transporting cattle to processing facilities on the coast costly and logistically complex, limiting market options and impacting profitability for ranchers. Disease management is another critical concern. Foot and mouth disease, though currently under control, poses a constant threat to the industry. The sustainability of grazing practices is another pressing issue. Overgrazing in certain areas can lead to land degradation, erosion, and the loss of biodiversity. The encroachment of invasive species, exacerbated by climate change, further threatens the delicate balance of the savanna ecosystem. Climate change itself poses a significant threat to the industry. Prolonged droughts, wildfires, erratic rainfall patterns, and rising temperatures impact pasture quality, water availability, and cattle health, making it increasingly difficult for ranchers to maintain herd productivity. Despite these challenges, the Rupununi cattle industry holds significant potential. The government and various organizations are investing in infrastructure improvements, such as road construction. The road from the town of Linden to Lethem is one example of this. This road, when completed, will not only facilitate trade between Lethem and Georgetown, but also to the wider Caribbean region. The growing global demand for sustainably produced beef presents a unique opportunity for Guyana. The Rupununi's vast naturally grazed pastures could position the country as a producer of high-quality grass-fed beef, appealing to environmentally conscious consumers. Furthermore, integrating ecotourism with cattle ranching can provide additional revenue streams and promote the region's unique cultural and natural heritage. Visitors can experience the vaquero lifestyle firsthand, learn about traditional ranching practices, and contribute to the conservation of the savanna ecosystem. The story of cattle ranching in the Rupununi is a tapestry woven from threads of history, culture, and environment. It highlights the enduring connection between people and the land, and the potential for a thriving industry that can contribute to the economic development of Guyana, while preserving the unique character of this remarkable region. As the industry navigates the challenges of the 21st century, it is crucial to remember the lessons of the past, embrace the opportunities of the present, and ensure that the legacy of the Rupununi's pioneers is carried forward in a manner that is both sustainable and equitable for all. If you're planning to visit Guyana, the Rupununi Rodeo is definitely an event to consider. It offers a unique opportunity to experience the vibrant culture and exciting traditions of this fascinating region. Opportunities for investment in tourism as well as in cattle ranching will certainly arise as time goes by. Perhaps now would be a good time to look into these developing opportunities. You may contact the Aaron Darcy Project by email if you are interested in learning more about these opportunities. There are also a few government departments where you can find useful information. We can see then that the Rupununi region of Guyana is clearly a place that is full of potential worth exploring. What do you think? Can you imagine living like a vaquero? Might be worth considering, right? We trust that you have enjoyed today's episode and learned something more about the history and culture of Guyana. Please like and share this video with others and share your comments as well. Thank you for spending some time with us, and we look forward to your company once again on the next episode of The Aaron Darcy Project. Goodbye for now.